Hello, friends. I'm Pastor Dave, and I'm back with another story because it's Wednesday. How happy I am to see you today. Do you know, when I was a boy, I had a friend, and I really liked him. And then I had another friend, and I really liked him. But the problem was that my friends didn't always get along with each other. And sometimes I felt stuck in the middle between friends who didn't care for each other. Has that ever happened to you, where you feel stuck between people that you care about, but they have a hard time being together? I don't like the way that feels. Today I have a story that helps us to think about that. It's a wonderful little book called Bruno's Hat. And it's by a person who calls himself Canizales. And just listen to this story and look with me at some of these pictures in Bruno's Hat. Bruno's Hat was written and illustrated by Canizales. And there you can see a hopscotch with some of Bruno's friends. Bruno's on the top, Peter, Sergio, Leah, Sarah, Teresa, and Alex. These are all people in the story, all characters in the story. I'm Peter, the kid in blue. I think this is Peter. Bruno is my friend, but I almost ruined everything because of Bruno's weird hat. Look at Bruno's hat. It is unusual, isn't it? At first, we were best friends. I hardly noticed his hat. We played super spacemen, and we hunted for treasure. We watched movies, and we did our homework together. Then one day, Sergio started laughing at Bruno. Bruno, you weirdo with the weird hat. He said it louder and louder. Bruno didn't answer. But Sergio kept saying it every single day. And finally, I yelled, "Stop messing with Bruno!" Sergio snarled, "You're a weirdo too. Peter the weirdo." I ran home. I wasn't a weirdo. Sergio thought I was just because Bruno was my friend. But Bruno was the weird one, not me. Bruno called and called, but I didn't answer. I didn't want to be a weirdo, so I started hanging out with Sergio and Leah instead of Bruno. They didn't play super spacemen, and Sergio's jokes weren't funny, but nobody bothered me. I thought if Bruno would stop wearing that hat, Sergio wouldn't bother him either. Yesterday, Sergio snatched Bruno's hat and threw it in a puddle. Leah laughed. It made me mad, but I kept quiet. Bruno does not look very happy there, does he? And Peter doesn't look very happy there. Bruno grabbed his hat and hid in the trees. But when I followed, he ran away. At home, my mom asked, "Why don't we call Bruno for a play date?" I told her Bruno wasn't my friend anymore. She couldn't believe it. When I told her why, it made me think, why hadn't I been a true friend? Then I asked my mom to call Bruno's mom and invite them over. I was a little afraid that Bruno wouldn't come. But he did come. I felt shy at first. Then Bruno smiled, and I smiled back. We played Super Spacemen. We ate goodies. And his mom had made 2 hats like Bruno's just for me. The next time Sergio laughed at Bruno, I spoke up. Sergio, see? Bruno isn't the only one with a weird hat. I have one, and I gave one to Leah. We like them. Where's your hat, Sergio? Don't you want to be weird like us? Sergio was stunned. Bruno started singing and dancing. We are weirdos with weird hats. We are weirdos with weird hats. Leah and I joined in, and we laughed and we laughed. I went to Sergio and I put my hat on his head. You can wear mine. Now we're all weird together. Dance around with us. Sergio smiled. Then I went to Bruno and said, friends forever. That's the end of Bruno's hat. Oh, I hope you like that story. I do. It reminds me of a lot of things, but mostly that friends are for having fun with, and friends are for being together with. And one of the things that each of us can do, no matter how big we are or how small we are, how young we are or how old we are, is we can try to be kind. We can try to include other people in what we're doing. I hope that today you have a chance to share laugh and fun and maybe even sing and dance with somebody that you love. And if you see somebody who's on the outside, who's not sure how they fit in, I'll bet you can include them. You can invite them into your fun. I'm Pastor Dave. I'm glad to be together, and I'll see you next Wednesday with a brand new story. Goodbye now.